back of at the rear of the Victoria Prison, the south part. The ground that we are looking at right now over there is the prison yard. So you may notice that there are some studs on the ground. So these are actually metal studs that we put to talk about the original design of the prison, which is a radio plan prison, which is like this. So for a radio pan, it's actually like an asterisk in a punctuation mark. It was believed that having this radio plan, it ensures maximum surveillance of the cells. So for the superintendent or the prison warden, they only need to patrol to each end of the block, and then they will get to survey all the cells. But then the space here will be wasted. So this time was never really the most effective design of the prison. It was not fully built either, due to expansion, demolition, and also because of the Second World War. This plan of the prison was not fully built. But then here we still have one remnant of this radio plan, which is the hall that I'm pointing right now, the white one. So the C hall is actually like this. We can't see from this perspective, but then from the side, from the southern part, it looks like this. It's a long white rectangular block. It is also the oldest surviving building that we are having right now. It was built in 1862. At this part, we also have F hall, which is the one I'm pointing right now, and E hall over there. As you can see, the Victoria Prison is situated right at the heart of our city, and given proximity with the residential area of Chancery Lane and also easy transportation in Central, it's very tempting to have a prison break. So I'm going to share some interesting stories of prisoners trying to escape. So one of them, I think in the 30s or 40s, or later maybe in the 70s, I'm not sure. One prisoner went all the way up to the top of the prison block, and then he jumped over to the boundary wall. But then when he was at the top of the boundary wall, he discovered that he was afraid of heights. And that's a complete failure, because he stayed on the top of the wall, and then the officers needed to call the fire services or fire officers to come to rescue him, which is really hilarious. And also another time earlier in 1920s maybe, two foreign prisoners managed to escape to Hollywood Road. So they had a drink, celebrating their freedom. But then they were also caught by officers, and the excuse that they used is that, oh, we would only like to celebrate the Queen's birthday, which is it doesn't make sense at all. So these are all funny stories about prison break. There are more stories in B hall, so you can take a look afterwards. At this point, also about the boundary wall of the prison, you may notice different materials like cement and different sizes of granite. Actually, when the Victoria Prison was first built, they have actually calculated how tall the boundary wall should be to avoid residents on Chancery Lane from peeping into the Victoria Prison. But then the height of the boundary wall didn't manage to catch up with the height outside the prison. So right now, actually the residents of Chancery Lane have been observing our conservation project for more than 10 years. Different materials also meant that at different stages the wall was being built higher and higher, but at the end the residents did manage to go into the Victoria Prison. So at this point, you may notice two new buildings, the one over there and the one here. So they are the JC Cube and JC Contemporary respectively. Um, from its facade, can you notice anything special, or does it remind you of anything? Some might say there are lots of mouths, like lots of openings, lots of holes, maybe like a radio player, I don't know, or a speaker maybe. But then it's actually for our conservation project, we have invited famous architectural firm called to come in to have us design 2 new buildings to accommodate more users. The design they have used is actually an echo with old historical buildings which use red bricks for the facade. So here we can see an echo of 2 new buildings, while both of them celebrate the pattern and the design language of brick pattern. And for new buildings and old buildings, I would say that it's actually a marriage between them. So marriage sounds a bit weird, but then actually the old building and the new building are connected in the middle, and then their users are actually compatible to one another, which means they are interdependent. For example, over there, JC Cube house nowadays an auditorium, which we will have conference or performances. But then for performers, the dressing room is actually in E Hall. So performers need to get ready at E Hall before going to JC Cube for the performance. And for audience, we need to buy our tickets at E Hall before going to the auditorium to see the performances. So that's how we have this interdependence of old and new buildings, which is very innovative, and at the same time celebrating both old and new materials in the conservation project. And here as well, we have JC Contemporary doing different kinds of art exhibitions. And here we are at Apple, we are also having different kinds of exhibitions. And at the moment, we are having a Jockey Club exhibition here talking about our conservation project. So do take a look. And for Apple, it's actually also our heritage storytelling spaces. So if you would like to know more about the admission process of a prisoner, for example, taking a mugshot, body check, all sorts of things, there are actually 10 sets in prisoner's admission. The stories are being told here. And one trivia for all of you, in the 19th century Britain, mugshot was in mugshot, the prisoner had to have their hands like this. So in the past, there was an anthropological study that if you are born a criminal, you will have some sorts of physiological traits, including hands or the size of the skull, all these studies. So in the past, prisoners need to have hold their hands like this for the mugshot. So if you go in, you can have a mugshot as well. So please remember to hold your hands like this, like in the 19th century. And here's the end of my sharing. Thank you for following me all the way to the prison despite the horrible weather, and I hope you have an enjoyable visit here in Tai Kun today.